This is New York's #1 news. Channel 7 Eyewitness News. With Lori Stokes and Ken Rosado. And Bill Evans with the exclusive AccuWeather forecast. Now, Eyewitness News at noon.
New developments at noon. Workers have recovered the body of a swimmer missing off the waters of Perth Amboy, New Jersey. Plus, the death toll rises dramatically in Egypt, and now President Obama is weighing in as violence and chaos cripples this key American ally. Good afternoon. I'm Ken Rosado. Lori has the afternoon off. A tragic end in the search for a missing swimmer in New Jersey. Just a short time ago, the 27-year-old man's body was recovered. This is we learn new details about how he ended up in the water. Eyewitness News reporter Darla Miles live in Perth Amboy with new information for us. Darla.
Good afternoon, Ken. We actually have lots of new information this afternoon. We just received a briefing from police. The victim has now been identified as 29-year-old Jorge Ortega. Jorge Romero Ortega. He's 29 years old, not 27-year-old, and they say he was in fact swimming in the water first, that he did not go into the water to rescue those two children as initially thought. And so he was swimming in this area here yesterday evening, just near that pier, and that's where they found his body this morning. In plain sight, it took these fishermen just minutes to find what search crews looked for all night.
When I see the arm, that's what I start calling everybody here.
You know, when you're talking here and you're just, watching the seal, but as soon as he looked at that, so we thought it was something else. Listen, they look like the body, it looked like the head. Perth
Amboy police were gearing up for a 10 a.m. search for a missing 27-year-old swimmer when Rafael Torres and Miguel Barrios spotted something about 20 feet away from the pier.
As the boats were mustering up, there was a report that there may have been something seen.
Wednesday night around 7:30, police say the 27-year-old was swimming when he began to struggle. A 7-year-old girl and 11-year-old boy went out into Raritan Bay to help him, and they began to struggle too. They were rescued by another team, but the 27-year-old never came out of the water.
He was swimming initially, and the children went out swimming with him, and the young children actually went in to assist to help get him out when he began having distress.
The body was found in the same area where the swimmer disappeared. Police believe the early morning tide helped its surface.
I see the news this morning. That's about 2 weeks ago I don't come here. I see the news in the morning. I said, let's go see what's going on.
My hair went up, so it's it's something I just, I've never seen something like that, in all my life. So, you just get impact right away. So
it kind of scared you a little bit?
A little bit, yeah.
So you're looking at a live picture of a police briefing. Perth Amboy police giving a second briefing on this swimmer that has been recovered, 29-year-old Jorge Romero Ortega of Perth Amboy. Again, this news conference got underway just as Eyewitness News at noon began. He has been identified. Police say he is of Perth Amboy, and his body was recovered about 2 hours ago. We'll have a lot more on this story coming up this afternoon on Eyewitness News First at 4. Reporting live in Perth Amboy, Darla Miles, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
So sad. Darla, thank you. And we're following a developing story from Trenton where 2 police detectives are undergoing surgery after getting shot. They were executing an arrest warrant at a home on Hobart Avenue this morning when they encountered their suspect outside, apparently leaving the house. The suspect pulled out a revolver and opened fire. The officers returned fire, killing the suspect. One officer was shot in the shoulder, the other shot in the back. Authorities tell us the officers are alert and talking. Their names have not yet been released. Another developing story, this one overseas, where the death toll has now climbed above 500 as violent clashes continue in the streets of Egypt. And just a short time ago, President Obama canceled joint military exercises amid the violence. ABC's Karen Travers is live now in Washington with the latest developments. Karen, what do we know?
Good afternoon, Ken. President Obama said the U.S. strongly condemns the actions taken by Egypt's interim government and the military. And he also said the violence must stop.
There was an uneasy calm in Cairo today, but there were vivid reminders of yesterday's violence. Fires still burned across the Egyptian capital. The government said hundreds were killed in yesterday's horrific violence, more than 3,000 injured. Today, President Obama interrupted his vacation to weigh in.
The cycle of violence and escalation needs to stop.
Yesterday, Egyptian security forces used bulldozers, tanks, and bullets to clear out 2 areas occupied by supporters of ousted President Mohamed Morsi. The government declared a state of emergency and put in place a dusk-to-dawn curfew. But today, parts of Cairo were empty. Many Egyptians stayed home out of fear. The clashes sent a strong message. The Egyptian military is now in charge. Banks, railroads, and the country's stock market all still closed. The crisis puts the Obama administration in a tricky position. The U.S. gives more than $1 billion in military aid every year to Egypt. For weeks, administration officials have been cautious, tiptoeing around questions about what the U.S. can and will do to stabilize the increasingly volatile situation. For now, there's no indication the U.S. will withhold funding or change its policies.
America cannot determine the future of Egypt. That's a task for the Egyptian people. We don't take sides with any particular party or political figure.
President Obama announced he's canceling a scheduled military exercise with Egypt that was to take place in September, and it's essentially a slap on the wrist. Reporting live from Washington, Karen Travers, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Karen, thank you, and stay with Eyewitness News and ABC News for continuing coverage of the violence in Egypt. You can also see a slideshow of the chaos at 7 Online. Just go to our homepage. Well, all eyes are on Wall Street this afternoon after the stock market fell sharply in morning trading. As we take a live look now at the big board, you can see that the Dow is down over 200 points at 15,135. It had been down 200 points right at the start, and investors were discouraged after several big companies, including Walmart and Macy's, reported disappointing revenues. Also new at noon, police in New Jersey are investigating a deadly car accident along a busy highway. Newscopter 7 was over the scene of the westbound side of Route 80 in Parsippany just after 10:30 this morning. Police say that a woman driving a gray Saturn lost control of her car, drifted off the road, and slammed into a tree. She was pronounced dead at the scene. In Manhattan, another brutal attack on a gay couple in Chelsea, sparking outrage today. Community leaders are leafleting the neighborhood to help find the suspects. Michael Felenchak showed the scars from the beating which took place early yesterday morning. 2 men shouting gay slurs confronted him and his partner as they walked along West 24th Street. A fight broke out and 4 other men joined in the attack.
They either had brass knuckles or rings on their finger, and it cut into my face and it indented it, so there's a hole right through my chin right here.
They punched me so hard I could get brass knuckles that I was on the floor, and I jumped back up and then they were hitting him and I tried to pull him down.
Well, police are now stepping up patrols in that area to try to find the attackers. The same-sex marriage debate enters a New Jersey courtroom today. A judge will hear arguments in a discrimination suit filed by 6 gay couples. They claim they're being discriminated against because New Jersey only allows civil unions for same-sex couples. They want gay marriage legalized following the U.S. Supreme Court ruling that blocked a ban on giving federal benefits to married gay couples. And new at noon, it was just announced that Forest City Ratner Company has won the bid to renovate the Nassau Coliseum and 77 acres of surrounding land. County Executive Edward Mangano made that announcement. The same company recently opened Brooklyn's Barclays Arena. The Islanders hockey team, which plays at the Nassau Coliseum, is scheduled to move to Brooklyn in the year 2015. A 5-year-old boy is recovering in the hospital at this hour from injuries that he suffered in a terrifying fall from a kiddie ride in Coney Island. Eyewitnesses say that boy fell from that ride known as the Sea Serpent at Dino's Wonder Wheel amusement park. It happened just before 8 last night. The ride's operator claims the child apparently got scared and tried to get off the ride while it was still in motion. He fell, suffering cuts to his head and leg. His left leg was also broken.
The lap bar was securely fastened, and he just wiggled his way out from underneath it, was frightened, and unfortunately he sustained some injuries to his leg. We hear that he's going to be okay.
Well, the city's buildings department says no defects were found during the ride's initial inspection. The search is on for a shooting suspect in the Bronx. Police want your help in finding the man you'll see here in this surveillance photo. He's wanted for shooting a man last Tuesday night. It happened in front of a building on Valentine Avenue in Bedford Park. The victim was hit in the leg and hand. He's expected, though, to be okay. Also in the Bronx, investigators are trying to figure out what caused a fire that gutted 2 businesses. It started in Behan's Pub on Katona Avenue in Woodlawn just before 11 last night. It spread to a pharmacy next door. Now, fortunately, there was a firewall that kept it from damaging any other buildings, and nobody got hurt. It took nearly 2 hours to bring that fire under control. Meanwhile, a destructive wildfire is threatening hundreds of homes near a popular resort in Utah. The shifting winds are pushing the fire toward one ship. That's about 10 miles north of Park City. It's believed that lightning sparked the blaze, which has destroyed more than a dozen homes, as well as several cars and boats. The fire has spread to 2,000 acres, and it is still growing. Fire officials say it's only about 25% contained. More than 100 people have been brought in to fight those flames. Now to a story of determination and dashed dreams. 18-year-old Victoria Arlen was paralyzed from the waist down due to an illness several years ago. She resumed competitive swimming at the age of 16. Now she's broken 4 world records in the pool and took home a gold medal at the Paralympics in London. But just as she was set to compete in this week's Paralympic World Championships, she was kicked out of the pool because she may walk again.
One of the medical reports had said there's a chance that I might be able to walk again. It was basically penalizing me for having hope.
Well, the International Paralympic Committee says that Arlen failed to provide evidence of a permanent impairment, so it is sticking by its ruling. Still, Victoria is keeping her chin up. Friends, family, and colleagues gathered in Manhattan today to remember Bill Lynch, Jr., a luminary in New York City politics. Former Mayor David Dinkins, Congressman Charles Rangel, and some current mayoral candidates were among those mourning at Riverside Church in Morningside Heights. Lynch served as Dinkins' deputy mayor, was a key advisor to Nelson Mandela's presidential campaign, and ran his own political consulting firm. He died last Friday from complications from kidney disease at the age of 72. As we continue with Eyewitness News at noon, never mind the free lunch. A price hike is just around the corner for New York City school lunches. We're going to tell you how much more your kids will have to pay. Plus, the dramatic dash cam video of a high-speed abduction of a little boy. See more of how this all ended.
I'm meteorologist Bill Evans here in the Weather Center. Check out these temperatures at noon in August. 73 in the city, 72, 74 down the shore, 73 Long Island, coastal Connecticut, and 66 Monticello. Feels great out there. How long is this going to last? We're going to talk about that and the weekend coming up in your AccuWeather 7-day forecast in just a moment, so don't go away.
Whether it's black no sugar or caramel latte, today at 5, Eyewitness News uncovered some trouble brewing for coffee drinkers. The surprising risks you could be taking when you sip on that next cup of joe. Today at 5 on Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
When something goes wrong during a home improvement job, nobody wants to take responsibility. If it's a problem with replacement windows, typically the retailer points to the manufacturer, and the manufacturer points to the installer. With Renewal by Andersen, the replacement window subsidiary of Andersen, there's no finger pointing. Just one accountable company that sells, builds, installs, and warrants the replacement window that meets Andersen's superior standards. Get a better rate than most home equity loans. Get 2.99% fixed interest for 10 years. Our exclusive Fibrex material window is so strong, it helps keep your home comfortable by helping to prevent fogging, drafts, and finger pointing. Get a better rate than most home equity loans. Get 2.99% fixed interest for 10 years. Call for your free window diagnosis. 1-800-783-1700.
You think you got power? With Elder Plan, I've got a plan that has dental, prescription, and OTC drug coverage, even free transportation. Now that's power.
If you have Medicare and Medicaid, call 866-694-8045 to enroll. Choose a plan with over 25 years experience. Elder Plan, the power to protect your health. 866-694-8045.
I watch at the pizza shop.
I watch here.
When I'm on my coffee break.
Everywhere you go.
When I'm on the train.
When I'm working out.
People are using Watch ABC.
I watch Wheel of Fortune.
I watch Dancing with the Stars.
I watch Live with Kelly and Michael.
I watch General Hospital.
I watch Modern Family.
Your favorite ABC 7 shows live on your mobile device.
When they're watching cartoons.
When we're traveling.
Watch ABC. Download the app or visit abc.com.
Dramatic video of a desperate effort to save a little boy abducted from his home. The dashcam footage shows a suspect driving at speeds of up to 90 miles an hour. In her back seat, 8-month-old Caden Stover. His mom says her friend disappeared with the child. Mother Kristen Howard posted on the suspect's Facebook page, quote, "I just want my baby." The suspect replied, "I'm on a money mission. Nobody can stop me." Hours later, with police closing in, the suspect crashes into a utility pole. She's captured. As for the baby,
The way the car looks, I'm surprised he's alive.
Howard has been reunited with her baby. She's amazed at his demeanor after the ordeal. 22-year-old Samantha Barrett is charged with kidnapping and theft. Singer Chris Brown is set to go before a judge in Los Angeles over charges related to a hit and run. Brown is accused of leaving the scene of an accident in May after getting into an argument with another driver. Police say that Brown refused to give his name, driver's license, or insurance information. Starting today, New York State driver's licenses are getting a bit of a new high-tech look. It has 30 different security features. A black and white photo. It's made from polycarbonate. Personal information like your name and your birthday are now laser engraved. If you renew online, you could get this new license now. Otherwise, it'll be offered to you starting next month. The price of school lunch in New York City is going up. Starting September 30th, lunch will cost $1.75. That's up from $1.50. The Education Department cites rising costs for labor and food. The last increase was 10 years ago, but students who now pay a reduced rate will start getting free lunches. Breakfast will still be free for all students. Are you still trying to figure out what you want for lunch? How would you like to sink your teeth into this monstrosity? It's being called the most expensive fast food burger of all time. Let's take a live look at Central Park Sheep Meadow. Meteorologist Bill Evans is up next with your exclusive AccuWeather forecast.
Get the Eyewitness News alarm clock app for your iPhone or Android. Wake up to Eyewitness News headlines. Then get the local news, weather, and traffic alerts you want any time of the day. It's free in the App Store. The Eyewitness News alarm clock app, sponsored by Dodge Darts.
Closed captioning sponsored by Optimum. We're your TV, phone, and internet company.
Optimum Online and Optimum TV. Lightning fast internet speeds and hundreds of channels of TV. Get both for only $69.95 a month for 1 year. The number to call is 866-200-6466. Optimum Online. Download songs and photos in seconds, movies in minutes. And when you're away from home, enjoy the same fast internet at over 100,000 Optimum hotspots across the tri-state area. It's free, secure, and reliable. Plus, with Optimum TV, you've got TV to go to access your favorite shows from dozens of the best networks on TV, like ESPN, Disney, and News 12 anywhere you have an internet connection. Get our best deal, internet and TV, for only $69.95 a month for 1 year, all without a long-term contract and no termination fees. And for just $4.95 more a month, triple your download speeds up to 50 megabits per second with Optimum Online Ultra 50. Optimize your internet and TV. Call Optimum today, 866-200-6466.
COPD makes it hard to breathe, but with Advair, I'm breathing better. So now, I can help make this a great block party.
Advair is clinically proven to help significantly improve lung function. Unlike most COPD medications, Advair contains both an anti-inflammatory and a long-acting bronchodilator working together to help improve your lung function all day. Advair won't replace fast-acting inhalers for sudden symptoms and should not be used more than twice a day. People with COPD taking Advair may have a higher chance of pneumonia. Advair may increase your risk of osteoporosis and some eye problems. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking Advair.
Ask your doctor if including Advair could help improve your lung function.
Advair Discus, fluticasone propionate, and salmeterol inhalation powder. Get your first prescription free and save on refills at advaircopd.com.
Eyewitness News needs your help to protect our children. Have you seen J-Leak? ABC 7 and your Tri-State Ford dealers thank you for helping protect our children.
All right, feast your eyes on this. It is a hungry man in Washington State who demanded this. He is claiming the most expensive hamburger ever ordered from a fast food chain at his local Jack in the Box. His name is Bo Shivasu. He ordered a hamburger with 20 extra patties and 36 toppings, what he calls the Kraken. It costs more than $38. It comes loaded with about 9,000 calories. I can go for maybe 1,000 of them right now. Don't worry, though, he didn't eat it in one sitting. Took him 2 sittings. It's a lot of calories. But I thought, do you remember, didn't we do a piece, is it Serendipity 2? that had they offer that $1,000 burger with the gold leaf on it.
This is a fast food place, though.
Oh, okay.
This is a Jack
you
in the Box.
don't call serendipity.
Definitely not.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. So
that's unique to only New York.
New York. The weather is, I guess you could say, delicious if we're talking about burgers.
It's fantastic. Serendipitous, as a matter of fact. As we look outside, it's absolutely gorgeous. In August, you normally get days where it's 90 degrees, high humidity, but this is anything but that. It's really nice outside. We have sunshine, you got beautiful weather. There you see some fair weather cumulus clouds. Those are just little puffs of warm air that get to light right at the tops of the buildings, and the air aloft just stops it right there and holds those clouds at that level right there across the area. So as we go through the afternoon, here's a view from our roof camera. It's absolutely gorgeous across Central Park. We're looking at our camera here at 4 Times Square, looking south. That looks very nice across the area. And I'll tell you what, we'll take another look from our camera at Fort Lee, New Jersey, back across. Just a really pretty day. We're going to be seeing more sunshine and dry air all across the area, and folks enjoying lunch outside here at Lincoln Center and across the area. So this is kind of the rule. You know, we have T-shirts and jackets from the morning. You give up the jacket now, it's around 73 degrees. Look at the humidity, 38%. The winds are calm, and the pressure is above 30. So we have strong high pressure across the area. Normal high is 83. We probably won't even get near that until Wednesday of next week. Sun sets at 7:54, and it's going to be gorgeous. So breezy, comfortable, sunny. Cool again overnight tonight. We're looking at mid and upper 40s well north and west of the city. Great stretch of weather even into the weekend. So we're looking at 75 Astoria, Elmhurst 74, 74 around Sheepshead Bay, 66 Monticello, 70 around Sussex, at 82 around Parkchester. I think the automatic meters are malfunctioning there because everybody is in the low 70s here with this high pressure ridge from Canada sweeping across the Great Lakes and the Northeast. So as we go into the afternoon, we got pleasant sunshine, 78 degrees. That high just kind of slides eastward, and it's Canadian air. And so as we've been talking about the last few days, it's been one of the coldest summers ever in the Arctic Circle. And so that cooler air just keeps coming across Canada and into the area. So let's do the 3-day getaway for the weekend. Tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. We're looking at clouds increasing everywhere Sunday afternoon from a coastal system, but Friday is dry. Temperatures warmed to near 80, 82, 84 you see on Saturday from the Catskills, the Hamptons, Jersey Shore. There'll be a westerly breeze, and we're looking at sunshine in 78 this afternoon. Tonight's a great night. It's 62 in the city, 52 outside the city, and 45, 48 well north and west. Tomorrow we got sunshine, a great day. The high is going to be right around 80 degrees. Here's your AccuWeather 7-day forecast. I think, you know, Sunday there's a coastal system we have to keep an eye on to see some clouds in the afternoon and maybe a shower Sunday night. But at this point, it looks pretty dry and kind of stays offshore. 50 miles either way, near shore or away from shore, makes a big deal with the coastal system. So we'll know more about that as we get into your weekend. Oh, we got some great weather out there.
Very good. Still to come on Eyewitness News at noon, he was pooped. So what's a black bear to do? How about giving homeowners the shock of their lives? We'll show you more from this little fella when we come back.
Stay with ABC 7 this afternoon, starting with Millionaire, then The Chew, General Hospital, Katie, and New York's #1 news, Channel 7 Eyewitness News, first at 4 p.m. Right here, only on ABC 7.
On January 6, 2005, I found my son dead in his room. He died while the hospital waited for us to get insurance. The phone rang and it was Kristen Quinn, and because of her, Manny became Manny's Law. It requires the hospital to inform the patient that they're not going to be turned down because they have no insurance. She refused to let another family suffer. And because Kristen Quinn, Manny didn't die in vain. So I love her for that.
Occasionally you ask yourself, how did I get here? Here, terrified and delighted. For exactly the 9th time today. Was it just hard work or smart choices? Like choosing Rite Aid for new senior benefits from Wellness 65 Plus, with points for purchases that earn seniors up to 20% off the whole store. Fast to keep you here. Now that you've actually gotten here. Enroll free in Wellness 65 Plus today.
My grandparents were immigrants. They came from the Caribbean for opportunity. I grew up in Brooklyn. My father was a judge, my mother a teacher. We had good public schools, good jobs. That's the New York we believe in. More affordable, safer streets. Better schools in every neighborhood. I'm Bill Thompson. I'll always remember where I come from and who I'm standing up for.
Bill Thompson, Democrat, for mayor. He'll make us proud. I've waged a campaign focused like a laser beam on fighting for the middle class and those struggling to make it. I've put out 2 books of new ideas, 125 of them in fact. Everything from restoring discipline in our schools to creating a single-payer health plan for our city. Look, powerful voices have made it clear from the very beginning they didn't want me to win. But this isn't about what they want. They've gotten their way for far too long. If you give me the chance, I will fight for you and your family every single day.
Convicted and imprisoned for years for crimes they didn't commit. How were you able to get through that? 15 years of your life. The wrongly accused, was there any evidence connecting you to this crime?
No.
Next, Katie. Today at 3 on ABC 7.
Knowing the right answers can make you rich.
You have $250,000.
Unmillionaire.
Next, after Eyewitness News at noon.
And good afternoon to you. I'm Liz Chen in the newsroom. And coming up today on Eyewitness News First to 4, a robbery on Staten Island with a frightening twist. Police are looking for a man they say threatened to kidnap a child if he didn't get what he wanted. We'll have the very latest. Plus, another man diagnosed with cancer. He even undergoes chemotherapy. The problem is, however, he didn't have cancer, and he apparently is not the only one. At 4 o'clock, we'll tell you why police believe a doctor was purposely misdiagnosing patients. And an incredibly rare find. Scientists have discovered a new animal. We've got the big reveal. See it today on Eyewitness News First at 4.
Is worth it just for that.
I
if
know,
nothing
really?
Else.
And of course, we also have Tori today with Secret Sales, which you can't miss that.
Love Tori.
Yeah, all back
Love
to
you
school
all.
stuff.
I will be watching 4 o'clock. Thank you very much, Liz. And finally, where does a 200-pound bear go to take a nap? Well, take a look at this black bear. Decided to stretch out on the back porch of a home in Naples, Florida yesterday, though Naples is a nice place to go hang out. It's classy. Babysitter was in the house with kids at the time. Everybody inside hid in a bedroom when they saw the bear. He tore a hole in the screen to get to the porch. Not the first time he was spotted in the neighborhood, though. Probably won't be the last either. And that'll do it for this edition of Eyewitness News.
That's a Jersey bear vacation ticket in Florida.
I'm Ken Rosado for Bill and the entire Eyewitness News team. Thanks for joining us. Be back here for Eyewitness News First at 4. Enjoy the sunshine, but don't turn off your TV set. Now stay tuned for the New York State Lottery. Bye-bye.